You wake up tired. You get to work tired. You come home tired. And the worst part? You don't even remember the last time you actually felt good. That's not laziness. That's burnout. And if you're watching this right now, there's a good chance you're running on empty, and you've been doing it for a while. Here's the thing though. Burnout doesn't mean you're broken. It means you've been doing things the hard way. And today, I'm going to show you a simple 4-step mental reset that actually works. No meditation retreats, no quitting your job, no complicated stuff. Let's get into it. Most of us think rest means doing nothing, lying on the couch, scrolling through Netflix, or sleeping in on Saturday morning. But here's the truth. That kind of rest rarely recharges you. Think about it. How many times have you spent a whole Sunday doing nothing and still felt exhausted on Monday morning? That's because rest isn't just about stopping. Rest is about recovery. And different kinds of tiredness need different kinds of rest. If you're mentally drained from back-to-back meetings and decisions all day, like a lot of office workers and managers in the US, what you actually need isn't more screen time. You need something that uses a different part of your brain. A walk outside, cooking a meal, playing with your dog. Think of it like this. A marathon runner doesn't recover by sitting completely still forever. They do light stretching, easy walks, things that actively help the body heal. Your brain works the same way. Strategic rest is intentional. It fills you back up instead of just pausing the drain. Raise your hand if you've ever answered a work email at 10 p.m. or said yes to a project when every part of you wanted to say no. Yeah, most of us have. Here's a real example. Sarah is a marketing manager in Chicago. She was working 50-plus hours a week, always available on Slack, always saying yes. She thought that's what being a good employee meant. But eventually, she hit a wall. She was snapping at her family. She couldn't focus. She cried in her car before walking into the office. The fix wasn't a vacation. It was one boundary. She stopped answering messages after 7 p.m. That's it. One rule. And within 2 weeks, she felt like a different person. Here's the mindset shift you need. Boundaries aren't selfish. They're sustainable. A car with no gas doesn't run. You can't pour from an empty cup. When you protect your energy, you actually show up better for your work, your family, your life. Start small. Pick one boundary this week. One thing you're going to stop doing after hours. Stick to it. This one sounds simple, but so many people skip it. When work becomes your entire identity, when your whole self-worth is tied to your job title and your productivity, burnout hits twice as hard. Because when work feels bad, everything feels bad. You need an anchor outside of work, something that makes you feel alive just for the sake of it. Maybe it's joining a basketball league on weekends. Maybe it's painting, gardening, woodworking, cooking new recipes, hiking local trails. It doesn't have to be impressive. It just has to be yours. A study from Stanford found that people who have strong hobbies and social ties outside of work are dramatically more resilient to stress. They bounce back faster. They burn out less. When you have something you love that has nothing to do with your job, work loses its power to define you, and that is incredibly freeing. So ask yourself, what did you love doing before work took over everything? Go back to that. This is the big one, and people don't talk about it enough. Burnout isn't just physical or mental exhaustion. It's also a story you've been telling yourself. A story that sounds like, I have to do it all. I can't slow down. If I rest, I'll fall behind. My value comes from how hard I work. That story is what's keeping you stuck. Here's the reset. You are not your output. You are not your job title. You are not your to-do list. Think about the people you love most in your life. Do you love them because of how productive they are, or because of who they are? The same is true for you. When you start seeing yourself as a whole person, not just a worker, everything shifts. You stop grinding out of fear. You start making choices from a place of strength. Write this down somewhere you'll see it. Rest is not a reward for finishing. Rest is part of the work. So let's recap the 4 steps real fast. 1. Redefine rest. Make it strategic, not just passive. 2. Set one real boundary and protect it like your life depends on it, because your well-being does. 3. Find something you love outside of work. Give yourself an identity beyond your job. 4. Reset the story you tell yourself. You are more than what you produce. Burnout is not a life sentence. It's a signal. And now you have the tools to answer it. If this helped you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And if you want more videos on mental clarity and building a life that doesn't burn you out, subscribe. I drop new videos every week. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.